I don't know how long it's been since I've made a video, but I think it's been a couple months now. And there's a few reasons for that, but I'm not going to totally go into it in this video because I have some really exciting news that has to do with this guy and something you guys have been wondering about and waiting for. And it all just happened today. We're going to go meet another horse, and this other horse is hopefully going to be Koda's friend. Well, they're already friends, and I'm just really excited. Her name is Precious. She is 22 years old. Koda and this horse have basically gotten pretty attached to each other. She lives right across the road from Koda, and recently they have been extra talkative towards each other. I just found out she's a mare, so part of me is wondering. I'm wondering if she's in heat because Koda is a boy, but also because Koda still loves mares. But they have gotten attached to each other, and they are basically two roads apart. Like, they can see each other, but there's a lot of space in between each other. So today we're gonna go and see her. I'm gonna see what I can get on video, but I don't wanna like invade their privacy at all. I hope I don't get bitten by an ant. Okay, we went to Tractor Supply. As you would have seen in the last clip, we got some things for She's so handsome. We got some things for Precious. Just because I don't exactly want to use Koda's things on her until I can, well, just like to keep things separated anyways, but I want to get her cleaned up before they are introduced to each other more properly. So I got her a halter, and I'm very excited because green would look really good on her because she's a chestnut. So they didn't have the kind of green that I was thinking for her, but they had this cute little cactus halter with black, and black always looks good on chestnuts, so I was like, that will work. And then I somehow got really lucky with the amount of green that they had. So they had another little green brush. I had to pick up some more detangler because Koda's detangler is running really low, so I got some more detangler. And also because I need it for her mane. I think most of the detangling I'm going to do when I give her a bath. I also think I'm going to have to cut some of her mane. There were some pretty bad mats in there, so we're going to need this for sure. And then I got a curry comb. So I got this simple, excuse me, sir. I got this green soft brush. It's like angled, which is interesting. I'm sure at some point, once she's properly cleaned up and I make sure there's no like rain rot or anything like that, I'll probably use Koda's soft brush as well, but for the time being, this will do the trick. And then of course, to match it, a green stiff brush. You're so handsome. I'm so excited for you. He's so done with me. Good girl. So sweet. Very excited. He's so sweet. Alrighty, hi. So let's get into what in the world is going on, how this came about, and why my new horse looks the way she does, etc. So background information is really important. So I have recently been stressing over getting Koda a friend or figuring out a situation that would allow for a friend, such as boarding. I was praying and thinking and praying some more for a solution that worked for the awkward living situation Koda and I are currently in. If you've seen my previous videos, you'd know I don't exactly have an optimal setup for a horse, and this is due to the fact Koda was rushed to my house after he became too dangerous to be kept at a boarding facility, which I'm not going to get into in this video. Our property was not prepared for one horse, let alone two horses, so bringing another horse onto our property isn't exactly realistic without cutting the trees down, which is a major expense, and I'm just not ready for that kind of expense. Boarding is also not an ideal situation. Koda likes his home a lot, the people here, the peaceful environment, the deer that come through, etc. The only thing missing is a friend. This environment that we have here has been pretty much perfect for him and his trauma and his trust issues. It's just the lack of having a friend, which is major for a horse. And there's so much more as to why I'm hesitant to board my horse, but I do not have the time to address that in today's video. Anyways, either way, a few days after me stressing and freaking out over how in the world I'm gonna get my horse a horse, a few days pass and I notice Koda stressing over getting to the pasture. This was right after he colicked, which is a whole nother video again. I can't think of a time I've actually seen him act this way. He was constantly neighing and freaking out, and if I left him alone, he'd freak out more, then he'd start galloping, and it was midnight when this was all happening. He doesn't need to be galloping around at midnight. And I realized he was talking to his neighbor. His neighbor was screaming at him from the pasture, the neighbor being Precious, which I've already introduced. In the morning, after doing some thinking and also some overthinking, which is really important too, I decided to reach out to the owners of Koda's friend and ask if the horses could be put together at some point. And to my surprise, they said yes. Now, these weren't total strangers. I knew of them through my neighbors that let me use their pasture for Koda. I had their phone number, just never felt inclined to reach out until I saw Koda's need to get to his friend. And when I went over there to meet Precious and find out more about her, I noticed her coat and wondered about Cushing's disease. After talking to her owners, I found out they have a lot of health issues of their own and they can't take care of her like they used to. On top of that, they were never given the resources to know what Cushing's was and how to manage it. So if you notice her funky coat and her weight loss, that is due to her disease that she has, and they just were not informed of how to take care of it. So from this, this all evolved into them saying that I could have her and that they'd continue to pay the expenses on her until I was either able to afford her or until they passed away. Hopefully they will not be passing away anytime soon. But yeah, that's how I ended up into this situation. So there is honestly a lot more that was said in this visit before they said, you can have her, you know? But that is for another visit, for another video, and we're going to go into detail about how this came about, how I was given her, and what Cushing's disease is. So if you are interested in that, there's a little notification bell. And you can be notified whenever I upload. So now we're here. I have a second horse, a vet appointment lined up for her, and now the job to get her back into shape so Koda and her can finally properly meet. So that's going to be another whole entire video. That's not going to happen in this video. So if you're interested in seeing what my horse's reaction and this horse's reaction is going to be to being with another horse for the first time in a very, very long time, that could be some interesting content. So again, there's that little notification bell if you are interested. And you can always, I think if you just click the notification bell again, that turns off notifications if you don't want to hear about my videos posting or being posted. So yeah, anyways.